stays as healthy as possible, and it's a good trade for CFO.
Yeah, it certainly is. Get that Alistar fairly low, healing back up with a passive. A little bit of sustain there for Busio. And Inspired is trekking his way over here on the Vi. So we'll see after Krugs if he just goes back into another re-clear and heads up down towards the other side of the map. You know, most probably he'll just go Raptors and Wolves, but there's possible options for them to get a little bit fancy with it. They have, of course, swapped their solo laners as well, so Bwipo comes back down here. Since he does have plenty of magic resist with both solo laners being AP threats.
Yeah, feels a bit good, doesn't it, to be the K'Sante in this game as far as itemization?
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to lane a melee into a mid lane matchup, you know, into one of these mages, having the early phase start out pretty smoothly and getting a bunch of money to just buy a bunch of magic resist, and especially the extra regeneration that you get off of the cowl, is so nice for laning, because even if the Azir is attacking you with soldiers and stuff, you just, you know, move on up there, and K'Sante has so much survivability with the extra shield and the early itemization. But here we go, we might get a little bit of a scrap as Jinja heads up towards the FlyQuest duo.
Yeah, we do have level 6 finally hit for Kaiwing as he's waiting in this brush. Doesn't look like they really want to find too much though, and especially with the Unbreakable Will there. Busio isn't really a target. Masu's hard to get onto because of the range that he does have. So we've just got a little bit of a snare coming on through. Jinja is going to walk over that captive audience, and out he will go.
It is interesting because the experience leads still hold for all the places that we talked about for FlyQuest. You know,
Yeah.
Bwipo's still with his. Bottom side, Driver is going to be the target though.
This could be really dangerous, right? Because he's already behind. It could get even worse. The Equalizer goes down just to clear out the wave. And that looks to be exactly what FlyQuest wanted. Now they're going to slink back towards the river, and Inspired going to see what else he can collect. Looks like it's going to be Scuttler first, and then possibly just Gromp into clearing out as much jungle as he possibly can to continue getting himself in a good position. But so far, everything has been pretty quiet.
Pretty quiet. A little bit of extra efficiency, I would say, on the FlyQuest side.
Yep.
You know, namely from Inspired with his jungle farm. Jinja, we've seen a couple times where he hesitates around top side, kind of wants to make a play, either calls it off himself or gets interrupted. And so Jinja is slightly behind in the jungle. But that being said, the carries for CFO have their own leads here, both Hongq and Doggo, with some slight extra gold to their names.
Yep. Hongq, of course, very comfortable on this Azir as well. His record is pretty impressive. They do a lot of winning, so it is hard to really gauge exactly what it all means on the international stage, but I think Hongq's proven himself well enough for us to be able to trust it.
Yeah, it is actually crazy how much winning this team does. I mean, Jinja has won 7 regional titles in a row.
Yeah.
Everyone that he has played in there in the LCP/PCS. And we'll see if they can continue on the international stage. Again, in the early game, experience is valued a bit more than gold, because the small gold differences don't usually result in a full item breakpoint. And so the extra value of a full level is a lot of...
stats are much more important.
Exactly. That's the guaranteed power that is going to be there. But we haven't seen anyone use it yet, really.
Oh my god, the burst damage out of Doggo. He's got that Trinity Force, and yes, now we definitely know it.
So the item breakpoints definitely do hurt when one of them is a Trinity Force.
Maybe this is one of those lessons, like AD carries really like items because they can do that with them.
Yeah, especially...
Oh, Soulflare double slow does come on through, but that's not quite enough to go for too much. Oh, I say that. Hongq's Sand Soldiers, they've been training hard.
This could be problematic for FlyQuest. This is CFO really making a good effort to interrupt the dragon stacking. Inspired is on vision.
Yeah, Doggo saw him, immediately clicked towards him. As Inspired is going to wrap his way around. Looks like CFO are going to get off this dragon as Teleport is going to bring Bwipo in. Jinja actually just going to waste no time, flashes away, but Bwipo might be able to get on top of him. The ulti, not going to work out because Bwipo ate the CC, and that is first blood over to Inspired here. FlyQuest on the board. As the turret plates fall, a 14-minute first blood is not exactly the earliest, but the fact that they get a second Drake is huge.
They could teleport Quad to go answer the top wave as well. If they don't want to drop the top wave, send the Taliyah over there.
There's the flash out. Curtain call comes on in as, Master's just going to be able to pick that one up because Bwipo is not scared of turrets.
And again, it's such a critical timing for FlyQuest because they have to keep Dragon stacking. So because bottom wave was pushed in, they don't teleport Quad to top side. They keep Quad on bottom side to catch that minion wave. And it is going to cost FlyQuest a lot of damage on the top turret due to the Void Grubs as well for Driver. It barely stands. But again, it's so critical for FlyQuest, with this comp to actually keep the Dragon stacking. So I do really like them contesting on it and forcing the play, using Bwipo's teleport there. That plus the CC from the Jhin, and now...
Oh, Quad could be in a little bit of trouble because Kaiwing does have that Zenith Blade, does connect, but even through the exhaust, Quad will be okay. Busio comes in, just says get out of here with a little bit of a headbutt, so not too much else to worry about. But CFO, they've been so good at being able to actually make things stick in the early game. They haven't been able to at all here so far. Still don't think it's end of the world. I still think their composition is going to feel just fine moving further on. But with all those experience hiccups, things like that, the fact that the gold is now well and truly sitting in FlyQuest's favor and those two dragons, man, like everything is coming up FlyQuest here in this game so far as Quad might be the first sign of it not quite working out. As despite the flash, Honku still able to pick him up. The redemption comes down as well, as we do see picture-in-picture that it should still be this Rift Herald going down. So they will be able to collect that one, and that is also going to be some feats of strength almost gotten towards as well, as Busio could be in trouble. Level 7 here, so he does have the Unbreakable Will, but he is still taking a lot of damage. These Sand Soldiers, man, they are really hurting. Not quite enough to get the kill onto the cow through the ulti.
Really good early flash from Honku. Preemptively flashes to gain the...
Two turrets immediately?
Yeah, they take that one down. Topside's going to go to Honku as well. But really good early flash from him to create the play. And Quad still flashing and dying is really going to put a bump here in the FlyQuest path. I think CFO, huge gold injection into those solo laners is going to be exactly what they want.
Yeah, and have a look at Honku's lead now. 1.3K, 1.4K. That was FlyQuest's lead prior to that play. And it is now just on their superstar mid laner